It says we're recording, so I'm going to assume that YouTube is correct and that we are in fact recording. So, hi everyone, and here's another video of one of our homeowners tips. And I know that our homeowners tips are more along the lines of don't do what Adam did, learn from his mistakes. And after decades of being a homeowner, it is takes for us to make video content out of for our clients that are home. And for those of you that are, thank you so much for patronage. It means the world to us. Wonderful ride. So, this month's tip, I think we're doing this monthly, maybe a little more often at this point, is very seasonal. If you guys are paying attention to when this video is actually recorded, today is May the 4th. I'll refrain from any Star Wars jokes, but we're kind of having a gloomy, dreary, drizzly day in Denver, which made me think about kind of the traditional chronology of what goes on from a weather standpoint in the spring in Denver. And I think one of the things that I wanted to cover was the fact that traditionally this weekend, Mother's Day weekend, is when we plant, that we have likely escaped any further snowstorms, any deep freezes, anything that's going to destroy anything that you would put in the ground or in your pots into the soil. And that Mother's Day is typically the traditional weekend in Colorado to, or in Denver anyway, to begin your planting. I know you guys got snow up in the high country yesterday, so might be a little early for that still, or snow overnight. The subsequent issue, of course, is that we get good hailstorms in the spring and summer into that monsoon season. For those of you that are in the area since our last monsoon season, we have these fast movers, these big rolling thunderstorms that come through in the afternoons into the late spring and summer. And some of them do bring really destructive hail, tornadoes out on the eastern plains, those kinds of things. So do understand that a lot of things, including the planting that you may very well do this weekend, is likely going to get destroyed. There is a potential for that. It's not as big a deal as what will happen to your car, your roof. I remember one storm at our previous home, at the home Liz and I live in or used to live in. The hailstorm was so bad it smashed through glass outdoor tables, ripped the screens out of the windows. We ended up having to have the fence power wash because you could actually see a pattern of where the hailstones had knocked the dirt off of the fence, those kinds of things. So it does happen, and it will likely destroy everything you plant this weekend if that's your plan and you happen to be in a path of a subsequent hailstorm in June, July. So take that with a grain of salt. But those are the two things for our homeowners tip this time around, that Mother's Day is traditional for planting in Denver, and that the Mayflowers do tend to bring subsequent summertime hailstorms. So plant well. Other than that, hope you guys are all doing great. It's certainly been an interesting month so far, an interesting year, an interesting decade. It's been a strange few years. Thank you guys for going on the ride with us. We appreciate